Good to see you again. This year marks the 60th anniversary of the marriage of the Queen and Prince Philip. It does?
Yes.
But not only that.
Not only that. Go on, then.
It marks the 60th anniversary of Roswell, one of the most famous stories in UFO history. In July, if you don't know the story, 1947, an alien craft crashed in the New Mexico desert near Roswell, and civilians arriving at the scene witnessed dead and injured alien bodies.
Now, the military said they'd recovered a flying disc, but then they quickly retracted that statement and claimed that the fallen object was simply a weather balloon.
Well, they would, wouldn't they? What really happened at Roswell? Here's a man who thinks he knows. Joining us now, Nick Pope, who was once leader of the Ministry of Defence's UFO project here in Britain. Roswell, what is the most exciting thing that has emerged now this anniversary year?
What's just happened is that we've seen a sworn affidavit from one of the military participants in this, somebody called Walter Haut. He was the press officer at Roswell at the time of this incident. He was the one that issued this fantastic press release, just saying we've recovered a flying disc. Now, he died last year, but what's just emerged, literally a few days ago, sworn affidavit saying, no, the weather balloon story was just a cover. There really was an alien spacecraft and what he could only describe as extraterrestrial entities. So
if you're not particularly into these sort of stories, bear in mind this Roswell gave birth, or was directly responsible for the Ant and Dec movie, Alien Autopsy, so that permeates right down till today's modern culture. We're going to go to Sophie from London. We've got pictures. You've been very good sending these in today. Hello, Sophie.
Hello.
Sophie, you've sent us a video today.
You received it then?
Yes, hopefully, yes. We're going to play it very shortly. Tell us the story behind it.
It was on the 28th, last weekend, and just pointed my camera to the sky, and it flew over the roof, done a loop, and went back over the roof, and I had a look at the footage, and I was absolutely amazed.
Okay, well, let's say we're going to be amazed. We're going to have a look at this now. This is Sophie's video footage. Just pointed her camera into the sky. Nick, this is what she got, and I'm sure you were used to this sort of thing with your job with the Ministry of Defence.
Yes, I was sent quite a lot of photos and videos. It's always quite difficult with sort of lights in the sky to be too clear from something like that. There does seem to be some sort of solid object there. I think really, realistically, what you'd have to do is to get a proper photographic analysis and enhancement of this to really make out the shape.
That could be anything. That could be a fly on the lens of her camera
well,
at night.
I think for her to have actually seen the thing, it's obviously was something in the sky.
Sophie, how quickly was it moving?
Oh, very quickly, very quickly. I captured some orbs on camera, which moved quite slowly. But I was quite amazed how quickly that one did move.
And this isn't the only video you've got, because, you know, some people go their whole lives without seeing anything like this. You've seen things like this before?
I've had 16 since the 10th of June.
16?
Yeah. It's quite amazing, isn't it?
Maybe they're following you, Sophie.
They're all above my roof. Everyone is above my roof.
And has every one of those been this kind of saucer shape?
No, that is the first time I've seen a saucer. There was an odd-shaped one the week before.
Where is your roof? Is it at Heathrow Airport, or where is it?
No, I'm in South East London.
South East London?
Yeah.
Are you near any military installations?
No.
What would you like to ask her about it?
Well, I think what I'd like to say is perhaps after the programme, you know, we can communicate by email, and there might be a way that I can get the video analysed properly.
Yeah,
that's an amazing coincidence. I mean, if Sophie is finding that she's had 16 pieces of evidence that she's collected, what does that suggest to you? There's something happening.
There's something there. I mean, certainly when I was at the Ministry of Defence doing this, we received 200 to 300 reports each year, and we knew that most people who saw things didn't report at all because of the fear of disbelief. So there's a lot going on.
Well, Sophie, thank you. We'll put you in touch with Nick, and as you said, you know, we can email and maybe you can help sort out what that might be for you. And now, Lizzie from Cornwall, she sent us a picture. She's also said she's seen a flying saucer. Let's have a look at her picture. Where is it? Thanks for that, Lizzie. And
ooh, now
that's very classic looking.
That's quite interesting. Yeah, no, I would be very interested in learning more about the circumstances surrounding this, because we've got the ground and the tree there, there's definitely scientifically some analysis that can be done on calculating the object's distance from the camera.
It looks quite low in the sky.
It does. I mean, it looks. There have been many reports of fairly large triangular-shaped craft, sometimes seen by police officers and military personnel, sometimes tracked on radar. On the surface, this looks extremely interesting.
Yes, but I have seen hundreds and hundreds of these things, as I'm sure you have, which have been dispelled because it's some kid throwing a frisbee in the line of the camera.
Yeah, and again, hopefully a proper analysis should clear that up very quickly.
Well, Lizzie, thanks for that. You got us talking this morning. You've wet our juices, or whatever you say. Phil from Devon, he sent a picture as well, and I felt we're going to be very interested in this one. Now, a strange light in a dark sky.
That's a light. It looks solid, quite solid to me.
Well, it's a solid light.
Well, yeah.
Pretty bizarre. It almost looks like a reflection of a light, perhaps taken off a glass. But I mean, again, so much of this, you can never analyse these things without really hearing the witness story.
Yes, unfortunately, he hasn't given us too many details.
Well, it looks obvious what it is. It's a Federation starship. Quite obviously what it is.
Star Trek is true.
It's the USS Excelsior or something.
Actually, what it does look a bit like is the International Space Station taken through a telescope or something.
Well, somebody who can give us details, hopefully. Philippa. Are you there, Philippa?
Hiya.
Good morning. You're calling us from Essex this morning?
Yes, I am.
So tell us, what's been happening to you and your husband in the middle of the night?
Well, not the obvious, unfortunately. But 25 years ago this was, and we were living in a high-rise block of flats which overlooked the Thames. And my husband woke me up about 3 o'clock in the morning saying, "You've got to come and have a look at this," because he was getting some milk from the fridge. And so I've got up reluctantly and looked, and for half an hour we watched what I would call a mothership. It was so extraordinarily large, and it was stationary, but it was kind of like on a flotation level, and there were all kinds of different coloured lights, not just white. There was some blues and greens, and because I'm not too far from the MOD place from where I am, we saw these little lights going out, and then they came back 10 minutes later. So it was very much like the Steven Spielberg film, you know.
And what were you feeling? How did you feel watching that? Were you excited, nervous, frightened?
Well, I was absolutely amazed. We got my daughter up, but I mean, she was only about 2 at the time, and it's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Amanda. But we looked down, and there were 2 police officers leaning against the front of their car, looking at the same direction as what we were looking at, and they were watching it.
And again, you're in central London.
Well, you know, I'm saying Essex.
Essex.
You're in Essex, right.
I'm a bit south of there.
Was there anybody else confirmed this or reported this?
Well, the other person who was a well-known DJ who actually said on his morning show the following morning, "You'll never guess what I saw going to work about 4 o'clock in the morning, a gigantic UFO floating up the Thames."
Well, enough said.
How do you explain that, Nick? So many people, you know, where there were reportings in Stratford-upon-Avon this week, you know, a lot of people seeing something.
Certainly when a lot of people report a UFO, there's clearly something there. It's not just a hoax or something. And while most UFOs can be explained as misidentifications, something clearly of the size that's been reported here is more difficult to explain.
I've just got to finish now, because Haley from Lancashire, have a look at this. She sent in this picture of her son, as she says she reckons aliens missed picking up her son by a foot or two. Beam of light. We'll be beaming down tomorrow morning, 10:30. Have yourselves a good day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Nick.